Hello, Facebook. I'm Elizabeth Floyd, and I work as a digital and social media coordinator for the National Memorial Day concert. I'm here live backstage at rehearsals with Renée Fleming. Renée, thank you so much for taking a moment to speak with us.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm happy to be here.
I know you have appeared several times before in the National Memorial Day concert. What is it that keeps you coming back?
Oh, it's such an inspirational event. I really love the family unity. I see the same people. It's like friends. It's sort of wonderful to come back, and also the quality of the stars that join me on this program and join them every year is so high. It's extraordinary, and the focus on veterans, of course, is close to my heart. So I love being here.
Right. I know you come from a military family. What does service mean to you?
Well, all of my father and his brothers all served World War II, for three of them, and my dad in the Korean War. And it's always meant a great deal to all of them. They are proud of their service. They're proud patriots and Americans, and they've instilled in me the same kind of care.
And I know just standing here with the Capitol behind us is so powerful. What is it like to be performing on this stage?
Well, I've always had a fascination with Washington, D.C. I mean, I felt that, all the years that I've come and sung at this Kennedy Center and at different venues in the city, I've always just felt it was an incredibly beautiful city. The history, the American history is so, I find compelling and extraordinary, and it kind of gives us a sense of who we are. I had the privilege of having a Fulbright scholarship when I was very young, and I studied in Germany for a year, and having this background and this history and knowing a little bit about the city helps you really feel like when you're in another place, a sense of self that's important, I think.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Germany, I'm sure that was incredible.
Oh,
Were
amazing.
you studying opera?
Yes, it was an incredibly important part of my education, actually. And Senator Fulbright did a great thing for us when he put that together.
Oh, that's amazing. Tomorrow's concert places a huge emphasis on the power of music therapy. And I know this is a cause you are very passionate about.
Yes.
Can you tell us about your work with the Kennedy Center and the NIH on sound health?
Well, I was very inspired by reading just in the news that it seemed every month or so there was some new development about music and the brain, or music and our health, and the arts and art therapy altogether. And I met Francis Collins, Dr. Collins, who's the head of the NIH, at a dinner party, and discovered that he's a great musician. And in fact, we were performing together, and I just said, do you think that the NIH and the Kennedy Center could work together to kind of really just share and create awareness about the extraordinary work being done, not only in basic research, but in therapies. And music therapy, of course, we're paying tribute to that, but the work in Alzheimer's and autism, PTSD, Parkinson's, stroke victims, pain, and it's on and on and on. And I think that as the research continues, we'll understand more about the brain and how we function as human beings. It's extraordinary. So next weekend, actually June 2nd and 3rd, we have a concert with great scientists coming together, musicians, and we have a whole day of sort of presentations about music therapy, about creative aging. I'm speaking actually with Dr. Collins and Vivek Murphy, Dr. Murphy, about the future of some of these developments, and it's going to be an incredibly exciting. So please go to the website and look up Music in the Mind or Music Therapy at the Kennedy Center website. I hope people will come and join us.
Right. No, that sounds incredible. And just being here for the National Memorial Day concert, you can see how music really has that power to move and to heal in just so many different ways.
Absolutely.
So that's such an incredible
The audience
mission.
too. I mean, for the audience, it's a shared experience. And when community and a sense of community is problematic in our country, we can always come together around great music, and certainly appreciating our veterans. There's no division there.
Right. So I had a question for you about such a role model for so many young singers. What advice would you give to someone who's following their dreams?
Well, there are fortunately a lot of great singers out there. There's a huge amount of talent right now. I'm finding in your generation especially an extraordinary group of young people. So it takes determination, absolute resilience. You have to keep trying. It's a very competitive field. And you have to also continue to work on your voice. And whatever style you sing or perform, or even if you're an instrumentalist, it's that sense of needing to do it that I think is so important. And I was determined. I was absolutely determined. And that's kind of what works in the end.
I feel motivated, so thank you. That was great advice.
Good.
And finally, what makes you proud to be an American?
Oh gosh, there's so many things. First of all, I was in Yellowstone National Park recently, and I really was absolutely blown away by that. I just thought that people thought that to do this, that Teddy Roosevelt and the Rockefellers, that people thought to put aside all of this land so that we could enjoy it 100 years later. I mean, these are the kinds of things I think that makes America what it is. And of course, I also care about education. I care about the arts. I'm certainly, this Music in the Brain initiative is very important, but you always will find people who are interested and willing to help.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Renée Fleming.
Thank you.
You can hear Renée tomorrow on the National Memorial Day Concert, which airs live on PBS at 8/7 Central, and we're also streaming on Facebook at facebook.com/PBS. Thank you so much, Renée.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Wonderful job.
Wonderful to meet you.
Beautiful.